was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
My name is Brandon Brenkis. I'm currently 21 years old. And I'm also currently studying at the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University. I'm studying economics.
Hi, I'm Anissa Martin. I'm 21 years old. I matriculated in 2010 at Pearston Secondary. I'm currently unemployed, but I am helping out at Pearston Secondary as an assistant teacher.
I'm Marvin Jordan. I'm staying in Pearston. I'm 31 years old, and I'm not ever work. I'm busy with volunteering at the crashes.
My name is Aldi Kessling and I'm 28 years old. I finished school in 2003 and still looking for a job.
I'm Olelong Buddha. I'm 24 years old. I'm unemployed, living here in Pearston.
I'm Pumzela Danst. I'm staying at Pearston.
Hi, I am Leonard. I'm 25 years old.
I'm Kollega Malingozi. I'm staying in Pearston. I'm a 37-year-old lady.
What we do mostly on Pearston, there's nothing to do. We just came here, Barbies. We just doing volunteering work, and then we get that money, and then we just go here and drink a few beers. That's all what we can do.
On a weekend basis, the only place to come to is the taverns, because there's no other entertainment or to be socially involved with. That's why that's the only thing the youth is currently involved with in Pearston.
At this moment, I'm really depressed because I finished matric in 2003 and it's been almost, I can't even say how many years now that I'm sitting at home. And every time I go to job, it's only on contract basis and it's only for 8 months or a year and it's finished. And the other thing is, we as girls are exposed to many things. We are targets of some older men and things because there's nothing to do. And we are coming to places to just come and relax, and you find yourself in a situation where you can get out of. And for me as a girl, it's really frustrating because now you must go out and look for some money, and that is where it comes to the point that you must go and do things that you don't even want because the pressure is so high. You don't have money. You want to look at your best. Now the pressure is coming and it's coming. And you as a young woman in a world where men are, it's not that I'm something, but it's really hard for me as a woman to, I have everything, I have matric, but I can't get anything. I must work, then leave work, and I work, and then in.
Life here is very difficult, I can say that. Because we as a Pearston, as a town, a small town, we are now, Pearston used to be independent. Like we were not depending, like you have to go to Somerset East. But right now, things are changed. In order for us, like one question that you have asked about the politics and whatever, I think it depends on the service delivery. Because people are having that hope that this party is going to take us somewhere. But as you see now, things are getting more harder and harder.
Even at the clinic, at Crisis Clinic, you have to wait hours because sometimes there's only one sister who is working. So then, because the other day I went to the clinic because I had a problem, but then I wasn't helped. I had to go home and it was full. Most of us had to go home because one sister can't help the whole town.
There are a lot of people that I haven't experienced seeing that they've been waiting for an ambulance, and you can see that the first aid has been there. But you have to find an ambulance very fast. But you have to wait for hours for an ambulance, and that person just eventually died.
I'm unemployed now because of here in Pearston there's no jobs. We are living, almost all of us, we are depending on grants. And we eat peacetime jobs, maybe you are going to work for a contract, maybe 2 years, and then the contract is finished. But it's the life of here. We can't do anything. That's why most of us, we are going out of town to get some work. There's no other way.
It's very frustrated when it comes to, I mean, I'm a young adult, I've got 2 kids, I have to work for my kids, and I applied for a couple of jobs, but nothing happened. I mean, it's very depressed.
I can be frustrated, but it will never help nothing, because it's the way of life of Pearston. Because there's no jobs, because there's no way where we can find jobs here. Because we are living, only the thing make us to live. It's only the grant from the oldest. It's only the way that we can live here, Pearston.
If you look at the community itself, there will always be different parties. So now in Pearston, to be specific now, there's the DA and there's the ANC. But then a few years back when COPE came also on board, there were some people who voted to COPE. So for me, it's all about service delivery. But then due to the apartheid, you have your loyal people.
Me, myself, I was dating a black girl once, but every time when it comes to racism, and then she said to me, no, I'm not labeled, it's just a skin color. So I said, it's true. That's why I like African people. Even if I come to Barbies, I mix with everyone. It isn't for me about color to black or so. I mean, we are the same.
Actually, I have had a black boyfriend. So my mom was not like in racist or something, or tell me, no, you don't belong there. Because my background comes from African people. So I can't tell, no, I don't want. She was not like uncomfortable with it. So at that moment, I assumed, no, she's fine with it. And she was really fine.
Here in Pearston, I think there's still a racism. We still have people who are owning the farms. We're still having our people who are working for white people. Young children, they went to the farms. They work, and that is not supposed to be done. Children have to be at school. But they are still owners of the farms that were having children as the workers.
Really, in Pearston, we as colours and black, we are when it comes to socializing like this. But we never see like in white people, you only see 1 or 2. And I know a lot of times when we are having this gathering at the schools, because their children are attending their school now, they must come in. But not at other occasions. You never see them.
The other thing is there when you go to the shop there and they see we as colours are first, but then the other white people is coming, then they also going to just help them, serve them first.
I wouldn't really say there's a lot of racism in Pearston. Yeah, at a social event like coming to Barbies, you're intoxicated, so yeah, you bump into someone with your shoulder, then you would talk and label someone as being the K word, the kafir, or being a hot nut, but that's just due to the intoxication. But then again, in general, for me, I don't see really any racism.
Look what happened today. Today something happened to me in the taxi. I was sitting next to a white lady, then I touched her by accident, and she just swayed at me and asked me, hey, who do you think you are? You got your seat, I got my seat, so sit still. And then I said to myself, sometimes you got to carry adult relationship all over where you go. I mean, to play a good role in the public. And I said, no lady, I'm just going to ignore you, but I smile inside my heart just to be a better person for myself. If I was going to react to her, then it wasn't be good, because there was a couple of whites in the taxi and a couple of black and colored. We were mixing the taxi, but we agreed, we have some conversations to each other, and I mean, I didn't let she affect me. Sometimes in life you have to be a better person, ignore the negative parts of life and try to put your feet into the positive shoot, and then you can get a nice step further, and that's how you can see your future also.
When it comes to a job, sometimes I feel a little bit like but I know my first job, I was getting a job when I was 19 years, but I only worked on a contract basis for 4 years. And every year I must renew my contract, and that was only a praying situation because I must pray, can I get a job again? Can I get a job again? And when it's come to that, when I was always like, I'm the only girl. How will they take me again? And it was really becoming frustrated now because at the end of the day, I was the only woman there. I was surrounded by a lot of guys, and it was really, that was luck in my way that year. It was really luck.
My vote won't change because there's a lot of problems there, but they used to say to us, things will be better this year, but next year it's the same, so it's not gonna work.
Me, myself, I don't vote because, which means by the end of the day, I vote for Jacob Zuma. And by the end of the day, Jacob Zuma still means nothing to me. I still have to stand on my own legs. I mean, this is life.
And the thing is, we don't see Jacob Zuma here. We are voting for someone who's far away from us.
And the only year that is in PE and he's turning around. He don't come here and look at our situation. We are part of this government. Oh, am I wrong? We are part of this. We are not only Pearston here alone and Pearston must fight his battles alone. No, we are also part of this government who's running this South Africa. And I think just for once in my life, I would dream that the president must come here and come and see in what situation some of our people are living.
Because look what is happening. Somerset is progressing. Ravenet is progressing. A few months ago, they built a brand new spa in Ravenet. Look, in Somerset East, what they're going to do now? They're going to build a new shopping center. And we are stacking. What do we have to vote? And nothing is progressing. No one is progressing here in Pearston.
I still believe that my vote is going to work for me. Because right now, in Pearston, I never thought that one day we'll be living in houses with a bathroom inside. There's been houses that has been built in Pearston with a tile on a roof. It was finished, everything. There's nothing that you have to done. And that we were hoping for a very long time. And it eventually happened lastly. So I still think that my vote is going to stand for me.
Yeah, the politicians come and they make empty promises, and then after the voting, then they're gone, and we are still stuck with the same situations that we found ourselves in before the elections.
It all boils down to the leadership involved. So we need to change that leadership. It's democracy. It's the people, for the people, by the people. But the people who are for us, they're not delivering. So my vote will count, definitely.
My vote will make a huge change. I'm going to vote because I see a lot what the government made for me as such. Because when I can quote from the past, you must know where you come from, where you're going to. Because I'm coming from a very difficult place of situation. Because on the past, there was a very difficult time for us. Oh, my dream is to have a nice job so that you can put something on the table for my parents.
My dream is one day to become a business person and see Pearston become like a big place, having shop rights, having Spur, having everything that we can benefit of.
My dream is economic development for Pearston.
My dream is to become an independent woman and also to be an entrepreneur.
My dream is to get a job that I get my CVs in Port Elizabeth so I can work there.
My dream is for Pearston to be the place of my home, to be my next generations to be working in Pearston.
My dream is to get a job in conservation and also get a pilot license also for conservation because I've done a couple of conservation courses.
My dream is to see the Pearston change, especially when it comes to children, because children in Pearston are suffering.